What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is going to be hopefully a quick video. I'm not too sure, but what we're doing is we're going to be upgrading the headlights on my Genesis Coupe, and the way they are now, it's really dull, and when it's raining out and the ground is wet, you can't even tell that the headlights are on. So I did my research, and I didn't really see a lot of good headlights that are aftermarket for my car that I really liked. So I just gonna keep the stock headlights, but I'm just gonna upgrade the bulbs. So I have my H1 bulbs, which are the high beams. I have my H11 bulbs, which are my low beams. And then I have my my dial dynamic switchbacks for my turn signals. And then I got these little 10 in a pack side marker pieces. And all these are all gonna be the white LEDs. Everything I have here, I will leave down in the description for you guys. I got most of them over at Amazon. And then I forgot to include that I had a CF13 resistor, flasher, whatever you want to call it, for my LEDs. When you put the directional on, you need the resistor to slow down the directional. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take off the headlights. Alright guys, before I get into the install, I had trouble getting the camera underneath to where the resistor was. So I'm just going to try and explain this through pictures that I took the best as I could. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, you see the two blue wires with the red wire and then the black wire connected to the little box cube looking thing. You have to go ahead and unplug that. There's two clips on the side, and that piece you just pull down, and that piece you can just leave off to the side. You can cut it off. I don't know. I just left mine just unplugged and disconnected. And then you're going to go ahead and take the resistor, but as you can see, the prongs won't go into the piece that you unplugged, because there's like 4 little corners there. You can see it in the picture. So you're gonna have to go ahead and, either if your resistor came with wires, mine didn't, but if they did, then you should be right. You can just go ahead and connect the wires to the resistor and then plug it into the yellow face, whatever you want to call that. But if you didn't get wires, you can go ahead and just make your own, as what I did. I used a 16 gauge wire, and then I used spade terminal connectors and just crimped them together. If you don't add in the resistor and you use an LED bulb for your turn signal, it's gonna blink like really fast, and a lot of people don't like that. So what the resistor is it slows down the directional, so it'll be at regular speed as it was before you replace the bulb with the LED bulb. So taking off your headlight, you're gonna have to remove the 2 bolts from up top. These are 10mm bolts right here and up here. And then, personal preference, I personally like to do it, make your life a little easier, is you want to go ahead and take this little pop clip screw out from your bumper. So then once this is out and you take these out, you're going to be able to move the bumper back a little bit, and then this just slides this way and then pops right out. Super easy. So once you have your headlight out, the first thing that I'm going to be doing is doing the side marker bulb here. So I don't know how good you guys will be able to see it, but there's like a little knob here, and you just rotate that counterclockwise and then just pull it out, and your bulb just pops right out like this. I really hope this is focusing, but this is the bulb here. It's as simple as just pulling it right out. If you did any of your interior lights, it's pretty much the same thing. Just pull it right out just like that, and then you want to go ahead and take your side marker bulbs. This is the bulb right here, and then once again, I'm going to be leaving in the description all of my stuff that I ordered, and this just pops right back into place. Take a little bit of force. Okay. So you saw all the force I had to put in there. So once you have your bulb in, go ahead and put it right back in the spot. Once it's in, rotate it clockwise. Now your side marker bulb is done. Now I'm going to be doing the other easy bulb right now, which is the your turn signal or like your parking lights. So again, just counterclockwise. This should come right out. Here's your bulb here. With this bulb here, it's not the same as your side marker. What you have to do here is you push down, and you're going to see the bulb drop a little bit, and then counterclockwise, and you'll feel it like turn. So then like that, that's out. Now here I have the diode dynamic switchbacks. So when I have my parking lights on, they'll be the white LEDs, but when I put my directional on, they'll switch to the amber color like your directional should be. So this goes in, and once again,
Same engine as the new Super.
Yep. So with this one, same thing. Go ahead, put the bulb, push down. You're gonna see it push in, and then rotate it clockwise. And then once that's in, it's gonna be the same exact thing. There we go. Clicked in. You're gonna hear it like that. You're done. Go ahead and put back in your directional bulb here. Okay. All right. The next thing we're gonna be doing is the your low beams, which are these guys out here. So you want to go ahead and just twist this cap off. Ooh, a little tight. And then that's gonna come off. And then this is where the it gets a little more in depth and a little in detail. So you just have to follow through. So now from inside the low beam, the first thing that you're gonna want to do is you want to go ahead and just rotate the bulb counterclockwise. Ooh. All right, counterclockwise. This bulb just pulls right out. Here's your stock low beam. And these are the LEDs, going to be the H11s. So now with this here, you have 3 Phillips head screws. You want to go ahead and take your Phillips head screwdriver and go ahead and take these 3 screws rather, and take that right out. Now with those 3 screws out, this piece should just slide right out like that. Give yourself a little room, hopefully. Now with this here, this piece here has to slide off of the brackets here, the bracket that holds it in. So you want to go ahead and use your screwdriver over here, pull down into here like that, and then this piece should just slide right off of this piece here. So hopefully you guys are a little more patient than I am. I kind of broke the bracket where the wire slides into this. I like broke it off, but that doesn't matter because you're not going to be sliding it back into that. You're only using this piece just to put the screws back on. So you want to go ahead, put this piece back down into the headlight right there, and then you want to go ahead and put your screws back on, and you do not need to connect this piece back to it. So that's done. Now with this little clip here, the problem with this is it's not going to fit into the H11 LED bulb. So you have to cut this piece off here. Right along here, there's a plastic piece that slid into here. You want to cut right along here with like a pair of dikes or something like that. But you go ahead, you want to be very careful and not to go interfere with where it plugs into the bulb. So I'm going to use a pair of dikes and cut roughly right along this line here. So as you can see, I cut off the clip here. So now this piece here has to slide right into these the slots here. And I also use a file to like make it smooth and bring down the plastic a little more. So this piece has to fit perfectly inside of here. So it might take a little bit of time, but you want to be very careful and not cut off too much plastic and interfere with where it has to plug into. And as you're doing this, there's a positive and a negative sign on here. The negative sign is going to the black wire here and not the yellow one. Now this is once plugged in, you want to go ahead and just put some electrical tape around there just to be safe. And now you want to go ahead and just slide your bulb back into place and twist it right in there. We're going? Yeah. Now that this is in here, now with the back cap here, you have to drill a hole in the back of it. So you can either use your drill or whatever you want to use. I'm going to be going ahead and using the hole saw here, and you want to go ahead and just, it doesn't have to be perfect, but in my case I like to have things as perfect as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and drill a hole in the back of here, take some rough measurements off of here, because since it's an LED bulb, it has a fan on the back and the air needs to come out, so you need to drill into the back of this. So here I have my hole drilled out, I screwed it back into place. As you see, it lines up pretty good with the back of the LED bulb, so now the fan should have no problem releasing the air out the back. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the high beam. The high beam here, if you order, where is it? Here we go. If you order this one, it's going to be a little more tight of a fit, and your hole you need to drill has to be almost perfect because it's going to be popping out of the back just a little bit. Now with the high beam, I got my back cover off. Now the first thing you want to do is just pull this right out. It's literally, there's a small little clip here on the side. Super simple, just push it in and this comes right out. Just like that. This is done. Now you have a little spring here. You have to go ahead and push the spring down, get it off of that hook. Now once that spring is out like that, put it off to the side, and then your high beam bulb should literally just pull right out, no twisting, no nothing. And with the wire set up here, you have a green and a black wire. In this case, the green wire is your positive, and the black wire is your negative. So when you go ahead and connect these, I'll explain that in a few seconds. You want to go ahead and put the black wire here to the black, and then you want to put the red wire to the green. But with this here, it's going to be a little harder to do with just the high beam that I bought. So what you're going to have to do is you want to cut off this whole component thing here, cut it off completely so you have just the wires left. So on the high beam, we cut off the spade terminals so we can do a butt splice onto the high beam wires themselves. So what we did here was on one wire, the green to red, we used the regular spade terminals to connect them. But on the black to black wire, I didn't have a smaller spade terminal, so I just go ahead and cut off both sides from the spade terminal, and then I used a butt splice just to connect them to. And then once again, you want to throw your electrical tape on here. I did that to here. Now I just gotta go ahead and put the electrical tape onto the spade terminal. After the wires are all spliced and the electrical tape is on, you go ahead and put the bulb back in the spot. The bulb for the high beam it doesn't twist into place. You actually have to place it, sink it down into place, and then what holds it together is the spring that loops back around and hooks back in. And this here, it's a little bit annoying to do because you have the big fan in the back. So you want to go ahead and figure out your own way. But what we did was we put the spring down first into spot, and then we dropped the headlight bulb into place. Now I got the back cover back on, the hole is drilled, and as you can see, this hole has to be a lot more precise because the fan comes out a lot further than the low beam does. So this has to be almost the same exact spot as the headlight is, the high beam rather. So now everything is all done, everything's in, side marker, low beam, high beam, and the parking light / directional. Now this can go right back into your car the way you took it out. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Headlights are back in. All the old bulbs have been replaced with the LED bulbs. And I'm going to wait for it to get a little bit darker, and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So again, all the stuff that I bought here, what's on my car, it's going to be all down in the description below. Any questions, any comments, any concerns, let me know guys. I'll be happy to answer them. Make sure to drop a like, please subscribe, help us out. But besides that, that's it guys, peace.